First of all, guys, if you would like to support me, my PayPal link will be down in the description. So thank you all. So welcome back to Anime King 2. And I'm back with a brand new episode. Part 6 of What If Naruto Wasn't a Naive Idiot. Remember to get this one too. 100 like as usual. Share this to all of your friends on your social media platform. And also, guys, don't forget to go ahead and check out the brand new episode over on Anime King of What If Naruto had all the Asusuke's DNA, and enjoy that, guys. And remember, if you're new, yes, I indeed have 3 more channels, which I post What If on every single day for you guys to enjoy. So don't forget to obliterate that red subscribe button and become a part of the Anime King family. And thank you for all of your help and your support. So without further ado or wasting any more time, how about we jump right into this? Let us begin now, guys. So, the last part that we left off. After taking care of the sound team within the forest, Naruto gave them an opportunity, but they chose to fight instead, so they lost their life as he cut them down without hesitation. With that said and done, Naruto was trying to understand things that were going on. Everything had become so normal that no one seemed to understand that they were children and they were all killing one another. His hands were stained with so much blood. How could he justify these kind of actions? Did that not make him as immoral and as much of a monster as everyone else? These questions were questions that someone his age should not be struggling with, yet he was. However, he didn't have time as the tuning exams began once again. Sasuke was the first to go up against a member of Kabuto's team. Sasuke was able to take him out, as Kakashi took off with him in order to make sure that he sealed away the curse mark. With that going on, Sakura went up against a member of the Hidden Rain team. The leader of this group told the other member to kill Sakura. Naruto was beyond angered as him and the leader got their opportunity to fight. The leader was strong, having control over Senbons, but Naruto was stronger. The brutality, the wickedness that Naruto fought with surprised many. Kunai expected that the moment she saw what happened to Sakura. She expected that. Being one of the few that was trying to help Naruto, understanding how he thinks, she knew what he was about to do, and he did not hesitate. He did not hesitate in the slightest. Cutting down his opponent, Naruto killed him, being the first to take a life there. Gaara was greatly affected by that, because Naruto seemed so similar to him. With the tuning exams coming to an end, they were given a list of who they would be fighting in the finals. With that said and done, everyone was given 1 month. Jiraiya had returned back to the village to speak to Hiruzen about Naruto. Hiruzen had to tell him everything and that Naruto wasn't a naive child that would forgive and forget so easily. So he had to be extremely careful. Very careful. Naruto ended up meeting with the Sannin as Naruto let his true feelings be known. He did not care for Jiraiya one bit. He hated him, to be quite frank, but he was a ninja of the leaf and the respect came with the title. But other than that, they would never have a relationship because Naruto despised him with every fiber of his being. but he would still take the training from him because it was useful. After the third week, Naruto no longer desired his help. He also refused to become a summoner of the Toad, wanting nothing else from the Sannin. Jiraiya tried. He tried his best to gain Naruto forgiveness, but time after time again that was showing to be rather impossible, as Naruto did not seem to care for him one bit, to acknowledge him as someone that he would ever care for. When the day finally came around, Naruto went up against Neji Hyuga. Neji was shocked, Naruto being one of the only person that truly understand him, that truly understand that they all had a fate, but Naruto was a person that was determined to shatter that fate. They fought. Majority of the people thought that Neji had this in the bag, but they were truly and utterly surprised as Naruto was able to best the prodigy. Now that shocked many of them beyond their wildest imagination, as they could not quite believe it. With that said and done, they found themselves venturing towards different areas. Yes, as chaos started to brew, once Sasuke defeated Gaara, well, he was about to. There was an exam, a very violent interruption within the exam. Moments later, we find Naruto being crushed by sand. After Gaara ran away and Sasuke chased after him, leading to a battle with Gaara releasing more of the One Tail's power, Naruto and Sakura arrive. Sakura got captured. Gaara wanted Naruto to suffer because how could he have someone that cares about him? Gaara believed that people was weakness, and Naruto being just like him, it was an insult that he had someone in his life. So he slaughtered Sakura right in front of Naruto. Naruto lost it. For the first time in his life, he truly lost it. Within the depths of his mindscape even, the mighty Nine Tails was concerned, seeing a festering bubble growing within the mindscape for the longest time now, but on this day, that bubble finally popped. And Gaara saw it. He felt it as well. Everyone felt it. So yeah guys, basically that's what I thought you guys can switch across the place, check out for yourself, and also don't forget to go ahead and check out the other what ifs, and I hope you guys enjoy each and every one of them. So yeah, without further ado or wasting more time, how about we begin this now guys? For a brief moment, everyone in Konoha stopped fighting, just for a moment, as they all felt it, each of them wondering what the hell is going on. Within the massive spear, trapped inside, was Hiruzen Sarutobi as him and Orochimaru clash. They separated as the first and second were reconstructing themselves. The both of them snapped their gaze towards the far distance, wondering, what is that? Meanwhile, within the forest area, in the recesses of Naruto's mind, as the accumulation that has been growing there finally bursts, Kurama, the Nine Tails' true name, the beast that was known to be a walking natural disaster itself, understood. It finally understood what it was dealing with. The first person to ever tell it about this was its father. A long time ago, when Kurama was a child, a little baby fox, there was an incident. An incident that his father had solved. An incident that his father was quick to correct, knowing that it could be detrimental to everything if it was not stopped. His father was the most powerful man to ever walk this earth, known as the Sage of Six Paths. Kurama remembered rather well. A long time ago, there was a man that blamed him. His father had fought a very ferocious beast. A lot of people had died during that attack. The beast had released bombs that destroyed thousands. After this was finished, and his father came out on top, Many praised his father for his efforts in destroying the beast, but not one man. And there was a few others. The man was known as Kaizaru. He had a family. When Kaizaru arrived, the entire vicinity had been destroyed. Kaizaru's hatred awakened something dark inside of him. Kaizaru's hatred was influenced by the dark chakra of the beast that was slaughtered. The dark chakra that spread over the world. Kaizaru wanted the downfall of his father. Kaizaru's hatred was so strong that it somehow fueled him. It made him physically stronger, awakening the first and to be last dark chakra. It was the first true aspect of dark chakra. While chakra can be used for good or evil, chakra was not genuinely evil, but this was. It was a festering darkness that grew with hatred. And somehow Kaizaru was able to awaken this power. Kaizaru's corruption went deep. His father did not tell him a lot about it, but despite the power that his father possessed, Kaizaru was a challenge. And given who exactly his father was, Kaizaru shouldn't have been a challenge, but he was. And now, as Kurama gazed out, he watched. It burst and it started to spread. It washed over him. It washed over the mindscape, which was the physical manifestation of the boy's mind. Now it made sense. It seems like perhaps Kaizaru's lineage was not completely destroyed. And this lineage was linked to that clan, because more than ever he could feel it. Just like those two women before, and it was getting stronger. An evil like this, his father had warned them that an evil like this would have corrupted and twisted the world into something wicked. And it has once again resurfaced. And the Ninetales did not know what to do. Because this hate, after seeing that girl took her final breath, Naruto Uzumaki was swallowed by it. Kurama hatred was great, but this eclipsed his struggling with this morality of good and evil for so long. And now, it has finally burst. And this darkness that seeped from the depths of his soul even troubled the nine-tailed fox, which was a testament upon itself alone. In the outside world, it happened so suddenly. One moment Gaara felt it, the next moment Gaara found himself in a tree. As he screamed in pain, chains, black chains ripped into him, pinning him to said tree. As he tried to break free, but he was unable to. Tearing the sand away with his bare hand, Naruto reached down as he caressed the face of Sakura Haruno, using his thumb to wipe away her tears, her final tears. There was nothing there, no life, just an empty corpse. Naruto was angry. No, that wasn't the right word for it. He's always been angry, always been upset by everything since, truly understanding the broken world that they live in. But this wasn't just rage, this was something else. His mind was perfectly intact, his soul was balanced, but the rage, the consuming feeling. Gaara tried to push further. Gaara tried to deepen the chakra link, but little by little, Gaara was frightened as the sand started to fall off him. The black chains that came from Naruto's back was currently spreading a strange black, inky substance over Gaara. And that inky substance was stripping away the power of the tail beast. It was subduing it. The sand dropped in clumps off Gaara, piece by piece. Naruto laid Sakura down on the ground, placing both of her hands on her chest. He leaned down and kissed her on the forehead before he rose to his feet. "No, this shouldn't be possible," said Gaara, as he was unable to tap into that power, but he still had his own. Perhaps due to the inexperience of Naruto. But he could not access the power of the Jinchuriki. Gaara thrust his hand out as his sand that was there from the gourd rushed to Naruto. The chains ripped out of Gaara as Naruto flew, literally leaping into the sky. Gaara brought his sand up to crush Naruto in the center, and it seems like he was successful until a hand rested on his shoulder. Gaara was shaking, literally trembling like a leaf. Feeling pain was different than feeling fear. And right now, this dreadful feeling that he was currently experiencing, the strange black substance that was restraining the tail beast's chakra was slowly disappearing. However, would he have enough time for it to completely vanish away? "You killed her," Naruto whispered as he was standing right beside Gaara. "You killed her, and now she is gone forever." "What did she do to you?" said Naruto. How did she hurt you? What pain did she cause you for you to justify ending her life? Is it only because you wanted me to suffer? That is why you killed her, is it?" Gaara wasn't about to answer Naruto's question. The fear was overwhelming, but his hand was racing towards Naruto. However, the chains linked together and spun. They were like a force itself as they spun, with such a ferocity that the sand could not get past it. Gaara was stunned, trying to step away from Naruto, but Naruto backhanded him off the tree. He crashed hard without his protection. The hit was surprisingly greater than he expected. The pain truly trembled him. Naruto jumped down as he was walking. He was so calm. "Aren't you going to answer my question?" he asked. "Stay away from me," said Gaara. "I won't let you or anyone else erase my identity. I'll kill you just like I kill her." Naruto's head tilted aside. He jumped in the air, dodging Gaara's hand without even looking behind him. As he landed on the tree, he hunkered down, gazing at Gaara like he was a prey. Sasuke stepped out of the foliage, looking injured. Seeing the opportunity, Gaara shot his hand out, trying to grab Sasuke with his sand. However, Naruto blitzed down below. His speed had surely increased. Gaara cried out in agonizing pain as Naruto removed his right arm, using the wing cutter technique, tearing through the bone, tearing through the flesh. Gaara pulled back as he screamed in pain, only for Naruto to kick him across the face, sending him through the trees. He lay there, bleeding heavily. Naruto crashed down on Gaara's chest with a force unlike before as he puked blood. Never before in his life had he been put in a situation like this. He tried to call upon the power, but that strange substance was still on him. Within the depths of Gaara's mind, the Shikaku was trying to send its power through, but a strange veil, a twisted dark veil, was now comprising the entirety of the seal, completely blocking him out. "What the hell is this? Why can't I break it?" he said, slamming his chakra against it, but it was truly unsuccessful. Naruto landed on top of Gaara as he proceeded to sit down. Gaara summoned his sand to his aid. However, Naruto's chains multiplied and surrounded them, slamming into the earth. completely separating them from the grass and dirt. Fear, true fear overtook Gaara as he realized that he was secluded away from his son. He swallowed thickly. "I asked you a question," Naruto said, dropping his fist in Gaara's face. Gaara tried to fight him off with his one arm, but Naruto hit him once again. He tried to cover his face as Naruto hit him. No words, Naruto just kept on beating Gaara. Again, and again, and again, and again. He used his one arm to try and fist Naruto in the stomach. However, as he bashed his one arm against Naruto's stomach and chest, he was unsuccessful. Naruto was not budging despite if he was feeling pain or not. He hit him again, again, and again. His fists were now soaked in blood. Naruto kept on pounding, breaking through the shell as he beat Gaara relentlessly. "Answer my question," said Naruto. His voice was still so calm. "Why did you kill her? Just to make me suffer? Just to cause me pain? What did I ever do to you to require you to retaliate at such a level? Answer me," said Naruto, which was rather ironic seeing that Gaara was basically on the edge of blacking out. But Naruto did not stop. "Answer me," Naruto said over and over as his fist was relentless, pounding down relentlessly. "Why won't you talk? Why aren't you answering me? Why did you end your life?" said Naruto as he focused on Gaara's face, which was nothing but a mush on the ground. Gaara was no longer alive. Naruto had beat him relentlessly until his face was mush, crushing his brain. Gaara, being extremely powerful in his own right. However, he was unable to access an ounce of his tail beast power, so his healing ability was extremely stagnant, unlike Naruto who could heal because of his Uzumaki lineage. And after years of relying on his son for protection, Gaara was not a fighter. He wasn't a fighter. Trapping him inside of his spear served the purpose of isolating him, and Naruto beat him until there was nothing left. However, another problem arose. The tail beast chakra tried to leave Gaara after his death, but it was stopped by the chains. Naruto chains were able to somehow restrain even the essence of a dead tail beast. While the beast might not have been slain, Gaara had died, and the chakra was unable to leave this dome. These chains were different from the adamantine chains at the Uzumaki's wheel. They were far, far different. Naruto saw it and reached out towards it, the chains wrapping around his hand, seeming to bend to his own imagination and will. He gripped into the chakra itself and held on to it. Steam started to rise from Naruto's hand as he dug his fingers into the solid chakra. This was a different potent chakra after all. It tried to fight him, it tried to escape. However, due to the chains being a base called seal, trapping the chakra in, it only had one place to go. Whatever happened to Naruto, whatever changed him on the inside, the chakra dematerialized as the chains finally break apart, slowly retreating back into Naruto's back. As he gazed down at Gaara, the light finally coming down. "I see. You're dead," said Naruto. He looked down towards his bloody hands. "So that is why you wouldn't talk." The next moment, Naruto was hit with a violent gust of wind, throwing him off of Gaara as he crashed into a tree. Temari, sister of Gaara, rushed to his aid. However, she paused when she saw the state that he was in. Kankuro, leaping from the trees, landed down, giving his battle with Shino a Beramine. He was quite winded. He was shocked. Temari was shocked. She couldn't believe it. Rage immediately burst inside of her as she saw Naruto walking towards them. "Are you upset? Are you angry that I killed him? Said Naruto. You'll die for this, she said. I will. Who exactly is going to kill me? You two? He asks. He sounds more curious than trying to actually defuse her threat. The ground underneath Naruto broke, but he already moved. It was a puppet from Kankuro. However, the puppet body was able to dislodge. It hit Naruto in the stomach, throwing him in mid-air. The puppet then flew away as Temari unleashed her most devastating attack. Naruto was sucked up inside of a massive tornado with whipping blades of death whipping into his flesh. Kankuro launched 3 explosive tags that were sucked into the tornado. Boom! It went off, swallowing Naruto whole. Sasuke landed down on the ground, overusing the curse mark. He was extremely weak, in pure agony at the moment, unable to do a damn thing as he cursed. He hadn't even seen Sakura, given the fact that Gaara had knocked him away. In his mind, he believed that Naruto had saved her. Perhaps another mechanism to just cope that he didn't just lose one of his teammates. The other 2 witnessed him landed as they turned their wrath upon him, but they were stunned when Naruto rose up out of the dust and smoke. The burn marks that covered him. As he stepped, his clothing burned. His hair burned, but yet he stepped, that look still within his eyes as he stepped towards the both of them. So, is that what you're going to do to end my life? He looked over towards Sasuke. Stay out of this one. They're mine, he said. Temari ready her fan when she heard it. Temari turned as she saw Kankuro. Her eyes widened as chains had ripped through him, tearing through his body. She couldn't believe it. Black chains tear through him as blood leaked from his mouth. One of them wrapped around his throat. Naruto emerged from underneath the ground, the fake one that had the burn marks spoofing away. Naruto was able to escape her tornado. The explosion was the best cover. His chains was able to surround him, which he used to plunge through the earth rather easily. And now, another one has fallen. He lowered the chain to make sure that he grabbed the back of Kankuro's neck, who was still breathing. Barely though. Go ahead. Attack me once more, said Naruto, as he held Kankuro out towards her. Her hand trembled in fear. The sensation alone from Naruto was a huge problem. What's wrong? He said. Aren't you going to kill me? The chains grabbed Kankuro's arms. Wait, please, don't do this. He's the last family I have left. Don't kill him, she begged. Please, we'll leave. We don't have to fight. Her hand trembling as she pleaded with Naruto. You're right. We don't have to fight. And usually, I don't want to fight. Because I hate it. And I hate to kill as well, but... His eyes snapped towards her and she knew it in that moment. I want to fight now, he said as he ripped Kankuro arms out of the socket, the chains pulling him apart. Her eyes went wide as she saw his cold, lifeless eyes gazing down towards her. She screamed in rage. She swung her fan with every single ferocity that she could muster. Again and again and again and again. Die! Die! She screamed, ripping the entire place apart, creating a gust so massive trees were ripped out of their roots. Trees were split into hundreds of pieces. She destroyed everything as she kept on swinging, ensuring that he would die. She didn't stop until she felt like she was on the edge of death due to chakra consumption, as she violently swung until she proceeded to collapse on the ground, tears in her eyes, having lost both of her brothers in one day. It was painful. An overwhelming sense of pain wrapped around her. stifling her as she collapsed, exhausted. Sasuke's eyes were wide, feeling so pitiful and hopeful in himself. As Naruto just, "Hey!" Temari froze. Sasuke was surprised. They heard the manga voice. Stepping out of the smoke, the chains seemed to have been able to deflect majority of the attack, but not all of it. The left side of Naruto's face was torn open. Blood was dripping down to the ground. His arm was sliced up in several different places. So was his lower half as well. As he stepped, black smoke started to emerge from his wounds, slowly healing him. Temari looked frightened, as if she was looking at death itself as she backed away, trying to get up but tripping over herself. She was exhausted. "I thought you said you were going to kill me. Why am I not dead? I thought you said you were going to make me suffer, end my life. And yet I'm still standing. Why? Why? Why?" he said. As he walked and stopped in front of her, she raised her arms, but a moment later she dropped them. Unable to maintain her strength, she was far too weak. I can't win," she said. "Naruto, kneel down. You know, your brother's blood is still on my hand," he said. "I didn't even notice that he was dead. It was so dark. I just kept on hitting and hitting and hitting him. I guess his face wasn't strong enough. I'm sorry about that. That I took something that you love away. After all, I understand that pain now. It wasn't a pain that I truly ever understood until your brother killed my best friend. The only true friend I had in this world. He ripped her apart because he wanted me to suffer." Naruto grabbed Temari's leg. "Let go of me," she said. However, she could not fight back. He dragged her before throwing her on top of Gaara's corpse that was still lying there. The tears in her eyes kept on pooling. "Say your final goodbyes. I can give you that much. I know your pain must be unbelievable." Temari understood. There is no way that she was going to survive this. "I'm sorry," she said. "I'm sorry I wasn't a better sister for you. I'm sorry that I couldn't save you. I'm sorry that I couldn't truly be there for you. Kankuro, I failed you as well. I'm so sorry," she said. "But I'll be seeing you both soon. She was cut off as Naruto used the butt of her own fan to slam down on her skull with such force. As blood poured from her pulsated eye socket, Naruto slammed down again and again and again and again. Sasuke was startled by the brutality, the wickedness, the sheer darkness that was emanating from the person in front of him. Was that really Naruto? He questioned, truly not knowing if it was or not. He seemed so different. He didn't seem like Naruto at all. Once he was done, he tossed the fan away. As he made his way towards Sasuke, he stepped past him, and Sasuke felt a shiver down his spine. He turned, and that is when he saw it. The corpse of Sakura. She was dead. Naruto picked Sakura's corpse up. As he made his way off, he came to a stop. Naruto summoned over 10 clones. He handed one of them, Sakura, as he made his way. The others splitting up, a plan in his mind. The clone returned back to the village, holding the corpse in his hand, walking by everyone even as the enemies were fleeing away. He glanced towards their headbands, the sound and the sand. He then stopped as he saw a dead Konoha ninja on the ground. As he gazed at the headband, he tilted his head to the side. Before he started to walk once again, stepping beyond the stands, only for Kakashi Hatake to land down below. The invasion was wrapping up. The Sun and Sand had lost. Kakashi, eyes went wide. Time skip. The rain was pouring down as the heavens seemed to be just as sad. Hiruzen Sarutobi has lost his life. He was dead. Hiruzen Sarutobi, the leader of their home, was now gone. Forever. Naruto was sitting down. It was a few days after the incident. He sat down in front of the memorial stone, gazing towards her name. Sakura's parents were tearful. Her father placed a hand on Naruto's shoulder because her father knew they were good friends. So did her mother. However, she could not bear it at the moment, as she couldn't talk to anyone, only cry. Her father was trying to be strong for her. Sakura spoke about her teammates a lot. However, recently it was mostly Naruto, because Sakura had been conflicted about her recent feelings. But now all of that was gone, because she was dead. Naruto sat there, having visit every single day. Kakashi Hatake came by more than once, but Naruto did not talk. He hasn't spoken since. He just sat and observed, only moving when the sky became dark. He got to his feet. "I know you're there," he said, finally speaking out loud. Emerging from the depths of the shadows was Jiraiya of the Sannin. He walked up to Naruto. "I'm sorry," he said. "Why are you apologizing?" said Naruto. "You didn't know her." "I know, but you knew her. You were friends." "Yes, that's right. And she died. What do you want?" Jiraiya released a breath. "The village is going to need new leadership." Naruto chuckled, but there was no humor in his tone. The Sannin was curious what was funny. "My apologies. There's something else on my mind." "Why does this concern me?" he asked. "I was wondering if you want to come with me. We have someone in mind, and I'm going to get her. Do you want to tag along? To leave the village for a while," he said. Naruto turned and smiled. No, that was truly odd. He smiled at Jiraiya. "I'll go pack my stuff," he said. The Sannin was shocked, never expecting that, although he understood that grief could change one's foresight on many things. As for the remaining members of Team 7, Kakashi Hatake was reminded of Ren Nohara. At losing Sakura, Sasuke was unavailable for speaking about it, not wanting to go into his feelings because he refused to accept the pain that he was feeling. He refused because if he did, it would mean accepting other painful memories, and he didn't want to. So he was trying his best to block it out. Ino had broken down. She was her best friend, despite all they went through. The others were shocked to hear about Sakura's death. One of their own was now gone. Things were not looking so good. Jiraiya was rather silent at first, as him and Naruto walked, not knowing how to broach the subject. Speaking about something would be rather better. "Hey," he said, "how about I teach you something that I never got to during the 1-month period? It's actually a jutsu that your father created." "Oh? What's that?" said Naruto. Jiraiya was getting a bit concerned as he taught Naruto the Rasengan. Naruto was acting too normal. Jiraiya hadn't spoke about Naruto hating his guts, not wanting to broach that part of the subject. Back at the village, Something was missing from the village. While the chaos was going on, security was extremely lacking in certain areas. The Hokage Tower was one of them the Anvus had set out. However, one had remained behind, and that Anvu was found dead. And a very dangerous item was missing. An item that was almost stolen years ago. The Forbidden Scroll of Sealing. It was gone. So now one of their enemies had it, whether it be the sand or the sound. However, Konoha has yet to act due to their lacking leadership. Meanwhile, as Naruto and Jiraiya were hanging out together, the Sannin was finally getting a good ground with Naruto. He was talking to him, reasoning with him, and things were going rather well. Naruto was insanely smart, having really never got to know him. He lacked to find out that much about him. The first two steps of the Rasengan came to him easily. However, even as Jiraiya felt like things were getting better, there was this nagging feeling that something was insanely wrong. As Jiraiya left to chase down leads that he said, Naruto was left at the hotel when there was a knock on his door. He felt the true power, greater than his own, and one of their chakra was even a bit close to his, without exertion. Naruto opened the door still. Now this was strange. He did not summon a clone, he did not do anything, he simply opened the door. He stepped out and gazed at both men. "You look like Sasuke," he said. His first words to Itachi. "You must come with us," Itachi said. "The man that slaughtered his entire clan was here." "Why?" said Naruto. "So this is the brat." Another spoke. His name was Kisame. "Perhaps I should remove his legs so he don't try to run away." I suppose that would be the wise thing to do. "Let me guess. You're here for the Nine Tails." They both seemed rather surprised. "What else could it be?" said Naruto. "I mean, I am no use to you, but the power inside of me is. So where exactly do you want to take me?" "Perhaps he's not so stupid after all," Kisame said. "He's also very easygoing. I like this brat. Unlike some others," he said, thinking about a few. "Well, it seems like you have a reunion," said Naruto. "Itachi!" Itachi turned. It was Sasuke. Itachi stepped forward to handle his brother, as Kisame pointed his blade at Naruto. "Don't you go running off. I'm still here." "Why would I?" said Naruto as he sat down. "You're stronger than me. You're faster than me. Let's let them handle their business so we can get this sorted out." You know it's not a good thing to just hand yourself over to someone when you have no idea what they intend to do with you, right? "Oh, I know," said Naruto, as he sat down. "Then what's your deal, brat? Why so willing to come with us?" "Who knows? Maybe I'm just not mentally correct." "Maybe you are insane," Kisame said. "I've never seen a brat speak like you before." As the other two were fighting, Kisame watched, keeping a close eye on Naruto, not even trying to subdue him because the child was showing no intentions of running away. Samehata, on the other hand, suddenly burst through the bandages. "Easy, Samehata, what's wrong?" Naruto extended his hand as one of Samehata's scales extended towards him. As Naruto touched it, Samehata seemed rather fond of you. "Perhaps you're not that bad then. After all, Samehata is a good judge of character when she's not shredding through someone," Kisame said with a smirk. "It seems like a good sword," said Naruto. "It would be pretty useful for me." "Can I see it?" Kisame chuckled. "You understand the situation, right, kid? Yes, you're here to kidnap me. But as I state, I am not stronger or faster than you. So, can I?" Kisame chuckled. "Sure thing," he said. "Knock yourself out." However, he did not release the handle as Naruto got to his feet. Samehata seemed rather fond of Naruto, so much so that Kisame was starting to get jealous. "Alright, that's enough," he said. "Now return back to your corner." "Will do," said Naruto. What the hell is wrong with this kid? Kisame truly questioned, towards Naruto just agreeing with everything. However, as Sasuke got the shit beaten out of him, he arrived. Naruto got back to his feet. "I guess there's no chance of you two kidnapping me now," Naruto said. "None of you are leaving here alive," said Jiraiya. Time skip. Well, they survived and they fled. Guy came and took Sasuke back to the village. As Naruto was making his way, along with Jiraiya, "So there is a group of S rank that is now after me," said Naruto. Jiraiya nodded, telling Naruto the news that he found out about the so-called Akatsuki. So he had a target on his head. Time skip. They eventually came across the woman in a bar. Her words were disrespectful towards Hiruzen, which started a different problem. Now that was strange. Naruto did not care one bit about Hiruzen Sarutobi. From the moment he found out that he was lying to him, Naruto did not forgive easily. However, his laughter caught Tsunade's attention. "What's so funny, brat? I just found it rather ironic that you think so little of him when you're nothing but an old wrinkled drunk that chose to hide your appearance behind an illusion. A woman with nothing in her life and no one in her life except for someone that she bullied to go around with her to make sure that her life doesn't feel like complete shit." Tsunade smashed the bottle, rage in her eyes as she got to her feet. "Alright, brat," she said. "You want to take this outside?" She was pissed. "Sure thing," said Naruto. As the both of them venture outside, "Your words can get you in a lot of trouble, you little shit. And I'm going to show you why you need to shut your mouth. You know, since meeting you, it's my opinion that you don't deserve to be the Hokage. However, my opinion really doesn't mean shit to the higher-ups. Tell you what," Naruto said, reaching as he pulled out cash. "This is money. You seem to be in need of it. I heard that you suck at gambling. If I win, you come back with us. If you win, I'll give you this. And we'll leave you the hell alone." Tsunade snarled at that. "Tuh, how stupid can you be?" she said with a hateful glare in her eyes, still remembering his comment on her that truly hit her to her core. However, her being who she was, it was a cockiness to believe that she could best him anytime. She chose to use one finger, which she stipulated in the rules. As Naruto attacked her, his movements were sluggish. His movements were extremely slow. He was barely fighting. In fact, he didn't seem like he wanted to fight, enough to make her scoff. He was insanely weak. She was surprised that Jiraiya took him on as a student, and she made that known, just to hurt him as much as he hurt her with his earlier words. Jiraiya was wondering why. Was Naruto barely fighting as he tried to summon the Rasengan? The problem was, he's not perfected the technique yet, and Naruto was a smart individual. So that was rather strange, as he tried to use it on her, but she diffused it rather easily, which sent him sailing away. She criticized Jiraiya on teaching him that, when Naruto remarked that he can learn it in a week's time. Being a betting person, she put him up to that challenge despite the fact that she already won. Maybe it was just the betting nature of the whole thing, because she agreed. As both men walked away, now having a new purpose to win, the Sannin had to question Naruto. "What was that back there?" he said. "You barely put up a fight." "I know you're a lot stronger than that," he said. Having seen Naruto participate during the Chunin exams, yes, he was not on Tsunade's level, but still, he was stronger than that. She's a Sanin like yourself. I can't beat you and I can't beat her, said Naruto. You went into it knowing that you would lose, which I can understand. So was this your plan? Knowing how smart the boy was, how did you know that she would go for your deal? You told me she was a great betting individual that always lose. When you lose, you always want to win. The Sanin was now understanding exactly what Naruto did. As the both of them made their way, Jiraiya decided to ensure that she didn't skip out on them. However, on the way back to the hotel, Naruto held his hand out and a perfect Rasengan form in his hand. He lied to Jiraiya. In actuality, that wasn't his plan. Not one bit. Time skip. As they arrive on the area, only to discover that Tsunade was being hounded by none other than Kabuto Yakuji. They found out late about it. It turns out that Orochimaru was already here. He needed her to heal his arms, but she wanted to end his life. Shizune warned them. However, it was seemingly too late. That is what they thought, but they made it on time. As Naruto stood face to face with Kabuto, "You," he said, remembering him rather well. Kabuto told Naruto to get out of here. "I am as strong as Kakashi Hatake. There is no way that you can beat me. It's best if you leave. Otherwise, I'll have to erase you," he said. "Well, I'm not going to leave, so go ahead." Kabuto dashed towards Naruto as they started to tussle. Shizune was taken out by Kabuto. Not killed, but her ankles. Him using chakra points, and not to mention his vast knowledge in medical ninjutsu. But that was not the problem. Something was wrong with Naruto. He saw Orochimaru, the one that truly started the invasion, but Naruto had yet to use his chains. He's yet to lose his cool. He was just so calm. He was barely fighting as Kabuto aimed a kunai to his chest. It seems like Naruto was not going to do anything until he stopped it. Tsunade, who was able to snap out of her funk, telling him to leave as he tried to protect her. After all, he was standing in front of her. He was going to die. What didn't he understand? He was going to die. He wasn't going to be here anymore. All of his dreams will be snuffed out, and yet he's willing to put his life on the line. However, as Naruto turned, with a little smile over his face as he gripped the kunai tightly, this was the second time that he'd smiled since everything, which was more even concerning than everything else. "You're wrong," said Naruto as he formed the Rasengan and plunged it into Kabuto's gut. However, at the last moment, Kabuto used the scalpel to hit Naruto's heart as he was launched. Naruto could feel it, the pulsation. He could feel his heart slowing down. However, strangely enough, he smiled. Yes, he smiled. Time skip. He returned back to the village alive. Tsunade had saved his life, overcoming her initial shock with blood. They teamed up on Orochimaru, her and Jiraiya, but the Sanin still got away, along with Kabuto, who was able to eat a pill and survive. The moment Sasuke woke up out of his coma, Naruto simply walked away. A few days passed after that, as Tsunade was given the title of Hokage of the village. Someone came to see him. It was Ino Yamanaka. Sasuke had sent her, seeing that she was at the hospital, with Sasuke to make sure that he was okay. Naruto arrived in the room as Sasuke wanted to fight. "You're barely out of the hospital. I don't think it's time for sparring." Sasuke knew that something was up with Naruto. Jiraiya could feel it, but there seemed to be no outward changes. Naruto had been refusing to go to talk to anyone. Inoichi and, well, Kurenai. And they believed that this was more bad than good. Things were hectic right now still, but Kurenai was worried. She understood Naruto's mindset and his philosophy. So she went to the new instated Hokage to make it mandatory that Naruto come and talk to them, having initially refused to do it anymore. Sasuke was caught off guard when Naruto was laughing, when he told him that he didn't want to spar but to fight, truly fight. Naruto looked deep into Sasuke's eyes. I can't do that. What? Why? Because if I do, I'm afraid I'll kill you, said Naruto. The tone that he used, Sasuke could feel it, that Naruto would cut him down without hesitation if they fought. Naruto left the room as Sasuke was even more pissed, knowing that Naruto was stronger than him even without actually showing it. Naruto was summoned to the office. Tsunade was rather fond of the young boy. She had no idea about how bad things was. She had a conversation about Naruto with Jiraiya, but he didn't know half of this. Yes, said Naruto as he stood there. I want to talk to you about your sessions with Inoichi Yamanaka and Kurenai UI. I've been told that you refuse to go to them anymore. I've been dealing with a lot lately, she said. But that's the thing, she said. They can help you. The loss of your teammate. I understand that the pain is great, she said. Having been told by Jiraiya about this, perhaps one of the reasons why she fought so hard to make sure he survived, as she thought about her own loss. Naruto was just there. He was calm, he was collected. He was also smart. He did things that were for a purpose, not just willy-nilly. He smiled at her. Alright, he said. You convinced me. I think I really need it now more than ever. She was happy when she heard that, but she wondered to herself, was he just saying that because it would shut her up? But he would still have to go though. After all, in certain situations, he can be forced. If she believed that his mind was not properly focused. However, problems struck not too long after. As Sasuke Uchiha fled the village, he was seen by the survivor. The sound ninjas that accompanied him, they were able to take out two of the guards. It was reported back the morning after. Given the severity of the attack on Konoha, with most of their forces being stretched thin, Shikamaru Nara was called to make a team. Tsunade insists that he brought Naruto along. After speaking to Kurenai, she had a better understanding about Naruto and how far he would go for his friends, people that he cared about, and with him and Sasuke being on a team for so long. So a team was gathered. Choji, Shikamaru, Kiba was there as well, and Neji was there as well. Neji hadn't seen Naruto since the whole battle, but that battle had changed Neji. Hayashi even spoke to him afterwards. However, this was not the time for them to catch up. As they ventured throughout the forest, they came across several. Jirobo, the strong one of the group. They then came across Kidomaru. Choji stayed behind for Jirobo, as Neji stayed behind for Kidomaru. They then came across Seikon and Ukon, the demonic twins. Kiba stayed behind for them. As they continue on their way, Shikamaru realized that one of them need to go after the pursuer that just arrived, a white-haired individual. As Naruto ventured after him, Shikamaru stayed behind to deal with Tayuya. As Naruto ventured out and stopped Kimimaro, Naruto stood there. Kimimaro raised one of his blades. This package must go to Lord Orochimaru, and anyone that stands in my way will be put down. If you do not wish to die today, I suggest you leave. Naruto dashed at him without a word as they fought. However, once again Naruto was barely fighting. Kimimaro slashed Naruto a couple of times, so much so to draw a lot of blood. Why do you keep on fighting? You are clearly not on my level. Say something, said Kimimaro, but Naruto just kept on relentlessly attacking until Sasuke got free. Sasuke smirked as he ran off, making his way. Naruto stood there with a smile on his face as Kimimaro dashed towards him, but he dodged. Anger seemed to seep through Naruto. As Rock Lee arrived, he told Naruto that he will handle this as he made his way. Naruto went after Sasuke, finally coming to a stop on the statue's head. Sasuke stood there. He was on Madara Uchiha's head. Naruto leaped across and landed beside him. Sasuke raised his arm ready to fight, but Naruto just looked at him. He just looked at Sasuke. "Go back home," Sasuke said. "I won't be returning." "I'm not here to bring you back," said Naruto. Sasuke was surprised. "What? Then why?" "Why?" said Naruto. "That's a big question." He sat down and turned his back to Sasuke. Remembering what his brother had said, in order to gain power, he could strike Naruto down right now, but yet, he found himself unable to. As he stood there, he did not kill Naruto. "What are you doing?" he questioned. "I'm not sure anymore," said Naruto. "Sakura is dead. She's gone. She's never coming back. I've tried to end it all on numerous occasions, but I find myself saving my own life, and I have no idea why. Why I insist on living. Several times now, I seek death, but I keep on fighting. How stupid is that? It's just now that I gaze into your eyes, I realize why. I don't want to die, despite the fact that I have nothing to live for. All of this time, Naruto has been trying to die. He wanted to go with Kisame and Itachi. He wanted Tsunade to kill him. He had no plan. He wanted Kabuto to kill him, but his body just kept on fighting back. Sasuke was shocked, speechless as Naruto kept on going. Even now, it seems there is always something. But now I understand why, said Naruto. I want to live. I want to keep on going. However, how can I live in a world like this? I'm afraid it's far too broken. That is why I'm not going back. Back at Konoha, every essential item, everything within Naruto's apartment was gone, stored away in scrolls. There was a chance that he would die on this little venture to bring Sasuke back, or he would leave. And it seems like he was going to live to see another day, because he refused to die. And for what reason he did not know. So that's it, Sasuke said. Just because she's gone, there's nothing left. Naruto got up so fast and grabbed Sasuke by the throat. The Uchiha did not actually fight back as he saw the look in Naruto's eyes. It's not that she's gone. It's not about her death. It's not about all of this. It's about this stupid, idiotic world that we live in, where children have to go through this. She had her entire life in front of her. She had family. Unlike you and me, she had people to mourn. She had friends. And now she's gone, snuffed out before she could even reach her prime. She's nothing, just a thought, just a memory. Because of what? This world war and chaos. Because of what? People fighting over land, money, and greed. So don't just stand there and tell me that it's because of that. You have no idea how much I've been holding in for the past couple of weeks now. So much so that I feel I want to burst, but I can't. And at the same time I want to die, but I can't. So don't tell me what I feel, said Naruto. And don't tell me what I know. But I realize that standing here doing absolutely shit is going to do what? Absolute shit. That's why. Naruto got to his feet. I'm going to fix it. I'm going to fix every single thing in this godforsaken world, devoid of love and emotion, just battle and chaos. He released Sasuke's throat. We will meet again, and when we do, I hope you're on the right side, because if you're not, there is nothing that will stand in my way, said Naruto. He started to walk. as Sasuke just watched him. Naruto jumped and leaped downwards as he made his way off, venturing to unknown areas. Sasuke just stood there. That emotional outburst was the most he's ever seen out of Naruto before, and the depths of Naruto's rage was vastly greater than he originally believed. A distance away, Naruto came to a stop. He unsealed a few items. However, the most intriguing item that was there was the Forbidden Scroll. Him leaving his clone to handle Sakura's body was Naruto's plan. The moment she died, there was two ways that things could go. Either he died before he could leave the village, as Naruto was praying that someone killed him, but yet he still fought back every single time. But he was begging for death, hoping that someone would get past his defense and slaughter him, because he knew that the moment he left Konoha, with that scroll, he knew that the moment he truly started to train, he knew the moment he went into the darkness, things would change forever, and nothing will ever be the same, including him. But he didn't die. Out of sheer luck or something else, he kept on living. And now, Naruto left the village. He left something behind for them to know. But he left the village. He was hoping that he wouldn't make it, but he did. Because everything was about to change. But guys, be and subscribe right here. If you want to see next parts, and do like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn on that bell notification so they posted. But I'm off and I'll see you guys soon. Peace.